What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and the v20.10 update has officially arrived in Fortnite, and with it came a lot of changes to Battle Royale, but as well as some brand new collaborations with other content creators, and new skin variants, as well as, new skins entirely. So in today's YouTube video, I'll be giving you the generalized rundown, talking about all the leaked cosmetics, talking about all the Battle Royale changes and everything like that, as well as just enjoying the brand new update. Now in the background footage, of course, I'm playing with Tater right now, and of course this is recorded live, but you can already see some interesting stuff. Firstly, the grapple gloves have been re-enabled in this update. This is something that, was kind of like expected in a way because they had, brought Spider-Gwen to the game. So it was like, we need, either Spider-Man's mythic or the grapple gloves enabled just to really get that Spider-Man feel going on with the current season. So grapple gloves have been re-enabled. They work exactly like they did before this season, and, everything's good about them. You can find them in floor loot, through chest, and everywhere else. They don't have, the grapple glove specific toolboxes anymore, but you are still able to find this pretty easily. I mean, I've found already like 2 or 3 in this single match, so it's not like it's a super hard thing that you'll only find once in a blue moon. On top of that, we actually have a brand new version of the sniper, the DMR sniper, which is the Cobra DMR. As you can see right there, it's actually a pretty interesting one. Now, this replaced the normal DMR, so the DMR is currently vaulted right now, and instead we have this Cobra variant of it. Pretty much the exact same weapon though, right? You have a nice little interesting scope. You can shoot pretty fast with it. You have a lot of ammo in the clip and everything. And in my opinion, I've really just seen this as an upgraded DMR. That was added this update, but basically, yeah, we got 2 new items enabled, being the Cobra DMR and of course the grapple gloves. Now where it gets interesting is, you guys may remember in a previous video, I had leaked brand new locked chests that you would be able to open with keys coming to the game. That has been another item that has been added with this update. So if we go over here right around the corner, I've been stalling this whole time just for this, you can see how it kind of works. So you can see the rarity and the weapon you're going to get before you purchase it, and you can look at all of them and be like, do I want a epic suppressed SMG, do I want a epic prime shotgun or anything like that, and then you can just use a key. Once you've used the key, this chest will be permanently unlocked, so like no one else can run over here and take it, and you just get your gun, right? You're able to break the, actually you can't break it because they're kind of like, invulnerable, so other people can use it, and you can't just like grief or anything like that, but it's a very nice system they've added to the game, and I have seen screenshots of it having different rarities, so it's not always purple, right? You can get like blues and oranges, you can get rares, epics, legendaries, you can get all the rarities coming from those chests, and most of them typically take only 1 lock. However, there are some chests that require 2 locks. Those 2 lock chests appear to be mythic items / exotic items, so there are more of the sought after ones that are going to be a lot more rare to find. Well, they do exist in the game, so you may occasionally run into them, but for the most part you're just going to run into the ones that we just ran into right there, which is the single lock chests that show you the item you're going to get before you even spend your key to open it. Other than this though, when it comes to new cosmetics and stuff coming to Fortnite, I guess, when it comes to new gameplay mechanics, I should say, we'll talk about cosmetics a little bit later, we had 3 POI changes. So firstly, Sleepy, or I guess not Sleepy, but hold on a second. Shifty Shafts is now gone. I don't know why I think of it as Sleepy or whatever, but Shifty Shafts has been replaced with Grim Gables, which is more of a, maze area, more of a Halloween-themed place. Then the Butter Barn is now the Flutter Barn because, the whole entire Butter Barn has been raised from the ground in order to avoid the chrome effect. And over here at the one location I haven't discovered yet, so we're going to drive all the way over there, we have the Chrome Crossroads. That's right, it's no longer the Coney Crossroads, and instead, it's been pretty much getting affected by that chrome area, so they've decided to completely change the POI's name, which also means that it's a question marked area again, so once you go over there, you'll be able to earn some extra XP just by driving in that area. Other than this, the only other real main gameplay change that is happening right now is another one of these vortex tornadoes being enabled later on. Actually, it's enabled right there. You can see it right over there. So we now have 2 vortex tornadoes enabled, and these are just going to, get more and more hectic and show up more and more as the season continues. It's just something that, Epic Games has been doing, but that is one of the main changes. We also have launch pads returning to the game next week. However, they're very interesting versions. So instead of the normal launch pad that you can only use in building enabled modes, where you had to like place a floor and then put the launch pad on top of it and not get grenaded by random people, you will now be able to throw these launch pads on the ground like they were a consumable, and it will basically make it so that you're able to use launch pads in the 0 build mode. So if you really want to think of the brand new throwable launch pad in a certain way, you could think about it as a brand new, or I guess upgraded version of bouncers, where instead of, having a bouncer that just kind of like throws down on the ground and, makes you have a little bit of a jump effect, you are now able to actually have glider redeploy on top of it and place it wherever you want, whether it's, in a spot that actually has access to, a floor normally or anything else. Now, before we go ahead and showcase the new cosmetics and everything added this update, something I want to show you guys is this area right over here, where you can see a lot more of the variants for the chest, and in fact, you can see a 2-lock chest for the Shadow Tracker Exotic. You can see that there's different variants, so you can get legendaries as well. You can also get epics, but also very interesting, right? You can get exotics and mythics through this one right here that requires 2 keys. Those are going to be a lot harder to actually, come by when you have the keys for them, but it's nice to see that, it's a RNG system where it's like maybe in one game you'll get this weapon, or maybe in another game you might get like the dub or something, so you'll have a lot more fluidity and changes and stuff that you can choose when you're deciding what you do and don't want with your keys. Now, to introduce us to the blend of cosmetics, I think it's best to start off by talking about the variant of the skin I'm wearing right now. This is the Velocity skin, and with the brand new v22.10 update, they added a Frightmares variant, which is just to match, the like variant that the Raptor skin has had for ages now. So now both the Raptor and then the female counterpart of Raptor have their own Halloween variant, both of which, have the purple aesthetic going on it, with Raptor being more of like a Kevin the Cube theme, and this one just kind of being more of, a generic spooky Halloween theme. But I gotta admit, I really like this skin's variant. I think it's super clean and makes me want to use the skin a little bit more. So that's just my personal opinions on it, but of course I'd love to hear in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this skin? And then for our next topic, we have to talk about the land of content creators, because 4 different content creators had competed in a challenge back in October of 2021 in order to actually obtain some free cosmetics in the game, and I have 2 of those cosmetics right now on my inventory wheel to showcase to you guys. So firstly, the first content creator is Zetfar, who has their own banner, spray, and emoticon added to the game. All of them are this logo right here, but it's the creator's original design, and they worked with Epic Games in order to get that added. Now, the second cosmetic here is Pyrostack's, I might have butchered that name, but Pyrostack's actual cosmetic, and it's a spray, banner, emoticon as well, just like the rest of these are going to be, and it's just, a nice little theme that, you'll be able to get if you enjoy this creator and you want to support them. Now, you may be wondering, how do I actually obtain these 2 sprays, these banners, etc.? Well, currently, the only way to actually get it is by watching these content creators over on Twitch or YouTube, depending on where they stream the most at, and earning enough points in order to redeem one of these codes. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to do any more social media giveaways, but I know right now at the time we're recording this YouTube video, all 4 creators involved are doing their own giveaways on social media that allow them to actually give away 5 of these codes to people over on Twitter. Now, the 2 other creators who I don't have the cosmetics of right now is Maeve and Quotu. These guys have, their own little design. Maeve has like an M design, and then Quotu has like a chicken design, which is really cool. I really enjoy it, and, I think it's kind of funny. And these are the other creators who, are being able to give away their own codes and stuff. Now, because of the fact that I was given 2 of these codes for free in order to, just kind of have them early because the creators were nice enough to grant them to me, something I noticed is that these codes are only valid for 1 month, so you have until November 1st at 4 a.m. Eastern time in order to actually redeem these codes, get the banners, the sprays, or whatever else. And that also means there's a 1-month time limit on how long these creators will have to give away their own sprays, their own, banners and everything else. So just keep that in mind. If you do see anything there that you want, you have a very limited amount of time to actually obtain them, and you have a very limited amount of time to actually grind out their Twitch streams and everything for the spray rewards. Now, before I give you a quick overview of all the cosmetics, I'm not going to do an in-game showcase or anything like that because that's a lot of work, and I'm going to be honest, I have not slept yet. I've been up for basically 24 hours. I want to talk about the super level variants this season. So something I want to mention right now is that the variants are unavailable to actually claim for another 2 days, so we won't be able to claim these until Thursday's challenge releases, which is for the week 3 weekly challenges. However, the interesting thing about them is since we can actually go to our locker and view these variants and stuff, some, characters have some nice designs. So, if we go here to Meowskulls, we can see a nice little aesthetic going on with it. We can see, how it changes as it gets, like, more and more higher and higher up there. So you have, like a simplistic one, you have a very bright version, and then you have basically what is like a gold version, I would say. But where it gets very nice and neat to see is skins like Paradigm. You are able to use these different variants with the helmet on and with the helmet off. I know some skins in the past have had issues with the variants that made it so you couldn't do this specific effect right here, where you were like forced to either have the helmet on or helmet off whenever you use the super level variants, but they made sure that was fixed and working properly for the Paradigm skin and all the skins of the season, which is nice to see. The same thing goes with Spider-Gwen right here, so if you have one of these variants on, you can see you can have like the hood up variant and stuff like that, or you can take the hood down and still have it match the whole entire skin's aesthetic. You know, the face will be normal and everything, you'll just kind of be able to customize and mix and match these skins a little bit more than normal. Now the same thing goes with bites as well. If we go over here, we can see the different variants here. They interact with the coat as well, so you can take the coat on and off, you can put the mask on and off and everything, and you'll be able to actually still have the super level going on there. So it's nice to see that, you know, they're allowing us to actually mix and match this time around, instead of what we've seen in the past where some skins kind of just disallowed us to do that with their super level styles. With all of that out of the way, however, I'm just going to show you guys an image on screen right now that showcases basically all the brand new skins, you know, cosmetics and everything else added this update. You can see there was a decent amount of skins, and I do want to mention that TBD skin that's just a random guard icon. That is the IO guard. It is actually being updated for a skin version that will be sold in the item shop in the future, so it's nice to see that Epic Games is still working on IO guards and selling, you know, the old guards that aren't a part of the storyline anymore through the item shop. It's just nice to see that's going on, but of course you have your other stuff like, you know, normal wraps, the actual competitive wraps for the season you'll get once the season ends, and more collaboration stuff for the post-party mobile app, which is basically their system that allows you to actually record clips through the game itself without having to have OBS or anything like that open. And in fact, post-party is enabled right now, so if I go to my settings here in game and I go all the way over to the final tab, you can see right here post-party is enabled, and it shows you that you can record. It gives you clipping reminders, everything like that. So it's just a nice little thing. For those who don't know what Post Party is, want a quick little explainer. Post Party is basically Epic Games' clipping service. You know, you're able to take a clip through the built-in system in Rocket League and Fortnite and send it over to your mobile phone in order to share it on Twitter or anywhere else without having to have something like OBS recording 24/7 just to make sure you don't miss that one little clip. With that said, however, I think this has been pretty much everything that happened with the brand new Fortnite update. You know, there's a lot of new skins, a lot of new variants, some collaborations with some creators, and of course, you know, the crew pack getting its music packs, everything like that. And I guess the only other thing that I kind of haven't touched on is a free wrap you'll be able to get by logging in. This wrap right here, the sweat free wrap, is going to be given to every player right now who logs into Fortnite, just for, you know, a compensation due to the little technical difficulties and everything that's been happening recently with the current season. It's just like a little bonus, so it's like, hey, you know, might as well enjoy it and might as well just have it for any combos or anything you want to make in the near future. But with that said, hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. I'm going to quickly edit it together and then get some sleep and wake up to make even more content and of course play the brand new season. So, peace out.